In 2025, two major issues are shaping global societies and economies: pension reforms and immigration control. Governments around the world are struggling to balance their budgets, manage aging populations, and respond to rising migration. But what do these changes mean for everyday people, especially seniors relying on pensions and migrants hoping to build new lives abroad? Today, we'll break down the 2025 pension cuts, the new immigration policies, and how both are interconnected in shaping the future of work, retirement, and migration. Stay with us until the end for a neutral, fact-based analysis of what lies ahead. Pensions are the backbone of retirement security. In many developed countries, like Australia, the UK, Canada, Germany, and Japan, governments pay out billions each year to support retirees. But by 2025, the system is under severe strain. Why? Aging population, people are living longer, and birth rates are declining. That means fewer young workers are contributing taxes to fund pensions. Rising costs, healthcare, living expenses, and inflation have pushed pension systems to the breaking point. Budget deficits. Many governments are struggling with debt, forcing them to consider pension cuts. For example, in Europe, several countries have raised the retirement age. In Australia, new pension eligibility rules have tightened. In the USA, debates about the future of Social Security are intensifying. In short, seniors are being asked to work longer, accept lower benefits, or rely more on private savings. So, what exactly is happening with pensions this year? Benefit reductions. Some countries are reducing the amount retirees receive. For example, indexing pensions to slower growth rates, meaning payouts rise less than inflation. Eligibility changes. Governments are making it harder to qualify. Minimum years of work, stricter residency requirements, or income tests are now common. Delayed retirement. In many countries, retirement ages are being pushed beyond 65, sometimes even closer to 70. For migrants, this creates unique problems. New arrivals often don't meet the required years of contribution, making them ineligible for full pensions. This adds to financial insecurity for migrant families planning long-term futures abroad. Now let's shift to immigration. In 2025, immigration has become one of the most hotly debated political issues worldwide. Governments are tightening their borders, revising visa policies, and focusing on selective migration. Key trends include points-based systems. Countries like Canada, Australia, and the UK prioritize skilled migrants who can fill labour shortages. Restrictions on dependents. The UK, for example, has limited dependent visas for international students. Workforce gaps versus public pressure. While economies need workers, political pressure often pushes leaders to reduce migration. Temporary visas instead of PR. Many countries are favouring short-term work permits over pathways to permanent residency. For migrants, this means entering a system that is stricter, more competitive, and less guaranteed. At first glance, pensions and immigration seem like two separate topics. But in reality, they're deeply connected. Labour force support. Pension systems rely on a steady flow of workers paying taxes. Without young workers, including migrants, pension funds dry up. Skilled migrants as a solution. Many countries see skilled migration as a way to offset aging populations. Political contradictions. On one hand, governments cut pensions due to financial pressure. On the other, they tighten immigration rules, which ironically reduces the very tax base needed to fund pensions. This tension defines much of 2025's political debate. Should nations welcome more migrants to save pensions, or restrict migration to ease public concerns? Migrants are caught in the middle of this global balancing act. Here's how pension cuts and immigration controls affect them directly. Reduced future security. Migrants may never qualify for full pensions due to stricter eligibility rules. Higher contribution requirements. They may have to work longer and pay more before earning retirement benefits. Limited family support. Immigration restrictions make it harder to bring dependents, which affects family planning and settlement decisions. Short-term migration. Many migrants are left in limbo, unsure if they can stay long enough to build a retirement future. For international students and skilled workers, This creates uncertainty. Do they invest in building a life abroad, or do they risk being excluded from long-term social security systems? Unsurprisingly, pension cuts and immigration controls are sparking public debate, protests by seniors. In Europe and Australia, retirees are protesting reduced benefits. Student and migrant voices. International students and workers are voicing frustration over tough visa rules. Polarized politics. Some parties push for more migration to support pension systems, while others demand stricter controls to protect local citizens. Media coverage in 2025 shows these issues are shaping elections and dividing public opinion across continents. Is there a way forward? Experts suggest several options. Balance migration policies. Allow more skilled migrants to strengthen the tax base without overwhelming public services. Flexible retirement models. Create hybrid systems where seniors can work part-time while receiving partial pensions. Private pension encouragement. Governments may encourage citizens to rely more on personal savings and investments. Regional cooperation. Countries may strike agreements to recognize pension contributions across borders, benefiting migrants. Technological solutions. With automation and AI reshaping jobs, some experts argue governments must rethink pensions entirely. The path forward won't be easy, but a combination of smart migration policies and pension reforms could stabilize both systems. So, what do pension cuts and immigration control in 2025 really mean? For seniors, it means financial uncertainty and the possibility of working longer. For migrants, it means tougher choices about where to live, work, and retire. And for governments, it means navigating a tightrope between economic necessity and political pressure. The world of 2025 is one where pensions and migration are no longer separate issues. They are two sides of the same coin, and if managed wisely, migration could strengthen pension systems and ensure stability for future generations. But if mismanaged, both seniors and migrants may find themselves facing deeper insecurity. Only time will tell how leaders strike the balance.